I love Proverbs 18:10. It says, "The name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous run into it and are safe." I think of David, so many times he proclaims how God's name is a safe place for him. He says in Psalms 18:2 and 3, "The Lord is my rock, my fortress, my deliverer, my God, my strength, in whom I will trust, my shield and the horn of my salvation. He's my stronghold. I will call upon the Lord, who is worthy to be praised, and so shall I be saved from mine enemies." Whenever this is written in Proverbs, I can't help but think about when David was confronted with Goliath, and we're all so familiar with that story. But I want you to notice David's response to Goliath's threats. Goliath had a prophecy for David. He said, "I'm going to feed your flesh to the beasts of the field and the fowls of the air. I'm going to kill you. You're going to be done with and over with." But David replied to him in 1 Samuel 17:45, "You come to me with a sword and a spear, but I come to you in the name of the Lord of hosts, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you defiled." David said, "You're trusting in your armor, you're trusting in the sword and the spear, but I have something even greater, and it is the power of the name of the God that I serve." And when I see David approaching Goliath, he goes with confidence because he knows the name of his God and he knows the power of that name. In Acts chapter 4, verse 12, speaking of the name of Jesus, it says, "Neither is there salvation in any other, for there's none other name given under heaven among men whereby we must be saved." I'm so glad that my mom and dad taught me to treasure and honor the name of the Lord. I'll never forget how Dad would always, whenever anything he faced was challenging, he would just whisper heaven's sweetest name, "Jesus, Jesus, Jesus." I love that song that says there's something about that name. That name is my strong tower. I run into that tower and I'm safe from mine enemies. You see, the name represents the character and the person of the Lord. Not only that, but that name represents authority. A police officer may say, "Stop in the name of the law," because he has the backing of that law behind him. Do you realize that you have the backing of heaven behind you whenever you call on earth's and heaven's sweetest name? I love this passage in Philippians 2. "Wherefore God has highly exalted him and given him a name which is above every name, that at the name of Jesus every knee should bow, of those in heaven and those on the earth and those under the earth, and every tongue should confess that Jesus Christ is Lord, to the glory of God the Father." There's such a mighty presence and power in running into that safe tower and calling on the name of the Lord.